Next question is, how would you like to see the Fantastic Four movie play out? Villains, casting, plot, etc. Now, if you haven't realized already, I take a lot of John Campea is a YouTuber, a film critic on YouTube, a film pundit. And I take a lot of inspiration from him. If you can't tell, like the style that I'm doing right now over the summer is very reminiscent of what he does as well. But with good reason in that I think that a lot of what he says is very true and very accurate. And so what he likes to say, and what I completely agree with, is honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you cast as long as they're good actors. It doesn't matter what the plot is. It doesn't matter what the concept is. It doesn't matter who the villain is. Because they've screwed up Doctor Doom, who is the most iconic Fantastic Four villain of all time. They've screwed him up twice. It doesn't necessarily matter who the villain of the Fantastic Four is. I mean, you had Ego the Living Planet be the villain of Guardians 2, and it still works, right? So, here's what I'll say. As a fan, would I love to have John Krasinski be Mr. Fantastic? Oh, absolutely. At this point, I don't think Emily Blunt's on board from what her comments about not wanting to be in a superhero movie, and that is completely fine. She has all the right in the world to say whatever she wants about that, and she doesn't want to be in a superhero movie. Totally fine. John Krasinski hasn't said the same thing. What he has said is that he hasn't talked to Marvel, but at the same time, he hasn't actually said he's not going to be in the Fantastic Four movie. If John Krasinski can be there, I would be overjoyed. If they pick another actor who is amazing and who would be just awesome for the role, I would be just as much on board, honestly, with the Fantastic Four. Now, if you wanted to ask me Star Wars Galactic in just my dream world, like a casting, I'll say, just tentatively, don't quote me on this at all, but let's just say that nobody had any preferences and everybody wanted to be in the Fantastic Four, and I had my first picks. John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. Emily Blunt as the Invisible Woman. Obviously, she's not going to do that in real life, but, we'll go with that. Dwayne Johnson as the Thing. Why not? Honestly, why not? And again, I know your question was more geared towards realism, like what do you really want to see in the Fantastic Four? And again, I don't really have a preference for actors. I just want to wait and see. I just want to wait and see. But let's just play into this fantasy scenario for a second. So Dwayne Johnson as the Thing. As for Human Torch, honestly, anybody. Human Torch never struck me as a character that really had like a specific person that I wanted to play. So honestly, anybody. I would be fine with anybody as Human Torch, honestly. And same with Doctor Doom. I don't like Bryan Cranston as Doctor Doom. Maybe cool. Giancarlo Esposito as Doctor Doom. I know those have been names that have been floated out. Fine, great. I think those would be great. But again, at the end of the day, with a Fantastic Four movie, I just think you got to execute well. That's it. You just got to execute it well.